Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. If you're new, thanks for listening and finding us. If you're a veteran of this, thanks for returning. We're actually recording this as a video right now. Also, we're kind of playing with that of recording some of these podcasts as videos, so you can watch this on YouTube or on social media also. But we have Matt Smith with us today. Hi, Matt.
Hi, good morning. Glad to be with you again.
Thanks for stopping by. We're going to talk about a subject that's just a common issue that Matt sees or have seen it throughout his teaching career, and I'm sure you even struggled with it in the beginning yourself.
Everybody does.
Yeah. So we all have. Is the topic is basically deviating from your photo reference, or it could be from life too. What you're seeing. How do you go about it? What can you tell us, Matt, about that? Give some tips or pointers that might help some students.
Sure. First of all, photography is a great tool, but it has to be balanced with direct observation. So that's easy in the studio because you can set your model up right there. Outdoors photography is important because we can't bring the subject back in with us. So in order to know where a camera is lying, you have to be out there observing and painting paintings. So you can pick up on distortion, bad value and color relationships, that kind of thing that are common to camera. So the stronger your understanding of the foundational principles, the more you can employ those to fix the problems you see with photography. Again, like distortion, you'll be able to identify it if you understand linear perspective. If you're using a telephoto lens and you're compressing planes, you're going to start pulling the background forward, and that's proportion or shape. The more you understand that, the more you can move away from the reference and address it. Now, when you're in the field, you might be looking at a foreground of sage, a sea of sage, and it's not designed. It's just randomly scattered out there in an organic way, which is common in nature. But again, if you understand linear perspective, you can then design openings in that sage that snake you back into the painting and lead you to specific points or take you from point A, B, C, that kind of thing. So even though a lot of people think they might be beyond these foundational principles of drawing, value, design, and color, you've got to really drill down on this stuff.
No one is.
No, I mean, you keep coming back to it, and you'll find another nuance in that that you can sort of dig down into, and it's very interesting. But these principles are so important to what we do. Yeah. And outdoors, the landscape rarely ever presents itself in a fully designed way. So you're going to have to make changes. And when you come indoors and you're looking at less than perfect reference, which you always are with photograph, you're really going to have to make those changes.
Yeah.
So
one thing, so when Matt said that it really gives us, nature as we look at it, really gives us a perfect design. Yet within nature itself, it's a perfect design. What Matt is saying here is within those four corners.
Yeah.
Is right. It's
sure.
So it works perfectly when you're walking in the woods. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But you try to put that onto a canvas. It's a lot of times it will not.
And you might see
rarely.
You might see 3 or 4 areas that really jump out, or specific elements within a given composition or motif. Yeah. So now you have to tie those all together. Okay. How can I arrange those so my attention isn't bouncing all over the place?
Yeah.
And again, that's a strong understanding of line, of shape, of value, texture, edges, color, all that stuff comes into play so that you can depart from it. There are a lot of folks out there who say, well, you don't have to be a particularly good draftsman to paint the landscape. I challenge those people to come outside, follow me outdoors, and I'll present them a subject where if your drawing isn't spot on your abilities, you are going to fall completely to pieces. And it could be a river or a dry wash stretching off into the distance, miles and miles out there. That linear perspective better be spot on or you're dead. Now, the silhouette of a tree, does it have to be exact like my face does if you're going to paint me? No, there are variables in there, but there's still that structural understanding that has to be there.
Yeah.
Particularly from a drawing standpoint, if you're going to pull that off. So.
Yeah,
It's
that's why,
organic form versus structured
yeah,
form.
that's why we say it's the language of art, right?
Yep.
Because it's a language. You have to
It
know
is.
how to speak that language, and if you don't, it shows up.
Just like music.
Yeah, it's not the feelings often get in front of the what you just talked about, the foundational principles, and that's usually will not work.
Yeah, and it's interesting you should say that
Yeah.
because painting is this beautiful balance between emotion and intellect.
Yeah,
And at what point does one sort of overrule the other? And in any given subject, it's going to be back and forth in that.
but wouldn't you agree there has to be the order of those two? One has to come before the other.
Well,
as a
generally-
painter, as an artist.
Correct. Generally, emotionally, you're going to respond to something, and as soon as that happens, you lock in on it,
Yeah.
and then you employ intellect
Yeah,
to decipher
Yeah.
what's going on and
Oh.
decide
yeah.
what you want to play up and what you.
I was just maybe I should refer the actual physical aspect of creating the painting, the technical aspects or the foundational principles have to come before. You cannot start a canvas to paint with feelings,
Sure.
right? It's
No. We've seen where that
Yeah.
gets us.
Yeah.
You can walk in
yeah,
any modern museum
Yeah.
and see that kind of thing. Again, a balance of that and emotion and all of it. How your sensitivity to the two. How is that going to come together?
and it's not rocket science, guys. It's just it might sound complicated a little bit if you're newer to this. It's really is not. It's not. I mean, it can get a little complex at a certain level, but it doesn't have to be.
It's as complex as you want it to be.
Yeah.
Take it slowly at the beginning and build up on that as you go.
Yeah. Well, this is great. I'm sure we can talk more about this topic. We try to keep these conversations. There's no time limit on these, but we heard so many times that we just love they're like 5, 6, 7 minutes long or whatever, maybe 10 minutes, but people seem to enjoy they can ingest it. Like it's not easy ingesting things. I think if we throw so much at you being the listener, sometimes it's just overwhelming. I think.
Yeah.
So
a 2-hour window of time is
we
not as common as a 5-minute window.
Yeah, we want you guys to concentrate on that one thing and then take that away, hopefully, and think about it. So thanks, Matt, for
My pleasure.
for giving us more knowledge. Matt has an online course with us. Depending when you're listening to this, we have 3 enrollments a year: one in March, one in July, and one in November. So make sure you check it out at Tucson Art Academy online, and you can learn more about it there. It's a 365-day online mentoring course. And if you're just super, super duper busy, then you can always purchase one of Matt's digital downloads. It's a start to finish demonstrational painting. So thank you, Matt. Talk to you soon.
pleasure.
Bye.